We'll start now.
Namo Loe Savariyandam, Namo Loe Savariyandam, Namo Loe Savariyam, Namo Loe Savariyam, Namo Loe Savariyavati Savanam, Omkara Mindu Sanyukta Nityam Jayanti Yogina, Kamadam Okshadam Che Omkara Namo, Manganam Bhagavani Manganam Bhuttamurti, Manganam Kunkundari Ujendam Bhusamanganam Namasanam Sadhaya. Svanubhutya Jathasthiti Svalaya Bhavaya All using that.
Om Namo Loe Sarvatrikavarti Aryantanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrikavarti Siddhanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrikavarti Aryanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrikavarti Vajjanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrikavarti Savanam. Yeso Panchamukharo Sarvapava Panusno Manglalancha Savasing Padamam Hamangalam. Omkaram Bindu Sanyuktam Nityan Dhayanti Yoginam Kamadam Moksadam Sevo Omkaraya Namo Namah. Tamasamam Saraya Swanam Bhutyachakasate Chitsabhavaya Bhavaya Sarva Bhavantarachide Agnanatimirandanam Gnana Anjana Salakaya Chaksurun Militam Yena Tasme Shri Guruve Namah Tirthankaro Jagatana Jayavantavarto Omkarnada Jinano Jayavantavarto Jinana Samo Sarana Sau Jayavantavarto Ne Tirthachara Jagama Jayavantavarto Namo Tirthanayakane Namo Omkarnadane Omkara Sangarotene Namo Te Sri Kunda Kundane Aho Upakara Jinavarno Kundano Dvani Divyano Jina Kunda Dvaniyaka Aho Te Guru Kanano Aho Te Bhagavati Matano Dhruva Achalane Anupamagati Pamela Sarvesi Dhane Vandi Kaho Sutta Kevali Bhasita Asamaya Paprata Hare Eka Suddha Sada Arupi Gnana Darshanamaya Khare Kai Anyate Maru Jari Paramanu Matra Nathi Hare Om Namah Siddhebhyo Om Namah Siddhebhyo Om Shri Suddha Kane Namah. I'm very sorry today because there was some problem with the Zoom that nobody was able to log in. So that's a technology that was supposed to happen. It did happen. So let's not worry about that part. We'll continue what we are doing right now. Give me 1 second. Okay, hold it. I thought it was my internet, so I'm just doing the hotspotting from my phone. So I just want to put the electricity there. Okay. Anyway, today is February 23, 2016, and we are doing basic Jainism. And we already finished the substance, and now just substance in general we finished. And now we are on the topic of soul as a substance. We'll be going from soul to the matter, to medium of motion, medium of rest, space and time. 1 second. So we'll be talking soul as a substance, then matter as a substance, medium of motion, medium of rest, medium of space and time. We'll be talking about those things as the time goes. So let me throw the slides first and share the screen. Share the screen. Okay. And I'm going to bring the slides. Okay. Substance. Okay. You can see the things, right? You can see the slides. Somebody can say yes or no.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, good. All right. Okay.
Yeah, I can see them.
Okay, good. All right. So we finished 4 slides, and this is 5th slide that we'll be starting with. What it shows, there is a stanza from Brahad Dravya Sangra, stanza 3, and what it says over here, that from conventional point of view, the soul is living with senses, duration of life, strength, and breathing. So it's been said in the literature, and as we said, this is a reference we have, Brahadravya Sangra, that soul is living with 10 things in a 5-sense animal, like us. 5 sense could be there in the human, 5 sense could be there in the animals also. 5 sense are also heavenly souls and infernal souls. They all can have 5 senses. In the animal life, it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 senses can be there. So like dog, for example, is an animal and has a 5 senses. Cat has a 5 senses. Elephant has a 5 senses. So some of the animals, they have 5 senses, and like bacteria, they have 1 sense, and then the ants are there with the 3 senses, and the mosquito with the 3 senses, and flies with the 4 senses. They don't have 5 senses, but some of the animals, they have 5 sense. Humans have 5 sense. Infernal souls have 5 sense, and heavenly souls have 5 sense. So it says that soul is living with these 1 to 5 senses, depending on what sense you have it. Duration of life means how long I'm going to live, and that time I'll be living. My strength means mind, speech, and body, and breathing also. So if we take 5 senses, duration life is 6. Strength is a mind, speech, and body is 6 plus 3 is 9, and breathing is 10. So a sentient 5 sense living being lives with 10 possible ways. So the soul is living with these 10 things. They are called 10 pran. They are 10 vitalities. So with this 10 vitalities, soul is living. But the important point it is saying over here is conventional point of view. What is conventional point of view? Conventional point of view means it is not true. The 2 points of view: absolute point of view, conventional point of view. Absolute point of view is the way the things are. Conventional point of view is the way things are not. This pen is entirely separate from me, but I say this is mine because it is not Sanjay Bhai's, it is not Kathy's, it is not belonging to Preeti. So that's why it's mine. But I know it is not mine. So conventional point of view is entirely separate subject object like pen, and me, I just say this is mine. Because this is mine, so I have inclination of attachment. And suppose this gets stolen or it's got lost tomorrow, then I may become unhappy also. To you, it doesn't make any difference. It was not yours, so what? It was not yours, so you never had a liking. It was not yours, so you never had a dislike when it got lost. So that's called conventional point of view. When we say conventional point of view, soul is living with these 10 vitalities, then what's the absolute point of view that soul is living with? Soul is living from conventional point of view with these 10 vitalities, And soul is living with its own consciousness element. That is the absolute point of view. I have a consciousness. Consciousness and soul are one and the same. If there is soul, then there is consciousness. If there is consciousness, there is soul. We take one sense life, the Nigod life, the lowest possible form of life. It also has a consciousness element. Bacteria, they have consciousness element. Earth body, water body, fire body, plant bodies, they all have consciousness element. 2 cents, 3 cents, 4 cents animal life, they also have plant life, animal life, they have a consciousness element. And me as a human being with 5 senses, heavenly angel with 5 senses, infernal soul with the 5 senses, and also some of the animals with 5 senses, they all have vitalities through which they are living. But that is a conventional point of view. They all have consciousness, that's why they are living. So that's an absolute point of view. Siddha Bhagwan, the perfectly, the liberated soul, that soul also has consciousness, and that's why that soul will be lasting forever. Every living being lives forever and ever and ever because it has a consciousness element. And that's an absolute point of view. So this is the way I can describe soul compared to this one. This pen does not have consciousness element. That's why it's a matter. That's why it's non-living. And I have consciousness element. That's why I am living. When I say I am living means the whole body is me. No, body is a matter particle. Let's presume that this body is sitting here right now with a consciousness element, with the soul being present. Now this soul departs from this body. Whole body is exactly the same way, except there is no consciousness. You burn it out, nothing happens. Ashes will occur. And right now, if I have slight little pain or temperature goes up or down, I become very uncomfortable because I have consciousness element. So soul is living with consciousness element, that is from absolute point of view, and soul is living with the 10 vitalities, 5 senses, 3 strength of mind, speech and body, duration of life, and breathing. So these are 10 vitalities that soul is also living. That is conventional point of view. Having said that, so from absolute point of view, soul is living with its conscious element. What is consciousness to start with? Consciousness means it involves 2 things: knowledge and perception. Gnan and darshan. Knowledge and perception. These two attributes combined together are called Chaitanya, or consciousness element. And so every living being has a...
Kirit uncle?
Yes?
You said it takes 2, right? Nan and darshan.
Darshan.
Darshan means religion. It doesn't mean perception.
No. Darshan word has a lots of different meaning. 3 or 4 meanings are there, for example.
Oh, okay.
Darshan means when we talk with the Gnan, when we talk with knowledge, then it's called perception.
Okay.
For example, let's say that I see a big, huge crowd of people, and I'm talking to you on the phone, and you said, "What are you seeing?" I said, "I'm seeing a crowd." That's a general perception. Then you may say, "But wait a second, who are there?" Well, people are there. How many men, how many women, how many old, how many young, how many children, how many whites, how many blacks? All those division I make, that's called knowledge. Just generalized perception, that is called perception. So perception is a general form of knowledge, and Knowledge is a specific form of knowledge. Specifically, how many men, how many women, how many older, how many younger, how many senior citizens, how many blacks, how many whites, how many from New York, how many from Europe. All those divisions that I'm going to make it, that's called Gnan. That's called knowledge. Perception is generalized perception, and knowledge means specific knowledge about the things that you are observing. For example, I'm seeing soul as a generalized thing, just soul. That's it, soul, that's it. But then, what is this soul about? Well, this soul has a knowledge attribute, soul has a faith attribute, soul has a conduct attribute, soul has this attribute, that attribute. Soul has an infinite attributes. And the infinite modes are there. All those detailed analysis is called knowledge. Perception, general information. Knowledge is a specific information. So that is called darshan also. Second darshan that we generally use is samyak darshan. And at the time we'll just say, I have a darshan. Means I have a right faith. The right faith is called samyak darshan. Wrong faith is called mithya darshan. Darshan means in the form of faith. I have a faith to the alien objects. That's a mithya darshan, means wrong faith. I have a faith towards my eternal soul substance, means it's a right faith. It is called samyak darshan. Darshan. So darshan will be coming there. Third darshan will come when I go to temple and I look at the Bhagwan's statue and everything, and I bow down and I just start praying, and that is called darshan also. Worshipping, that's called darshan. Other darshan is called Jain darshan, Buddha darshan. So different philosophies are also called darshan. Hindu philosophy, the Buddha philosophy, Jain philosophy, Christian philosophy, they are called darshan also. So if we just look at the Atma Siddhi, and Kripaludev said that I'm going to give you 6 principles, 6 pad. Soul is there, soul is eternal, soul is doing its activity, soul is an enjoyer of its activity, liberation is there, and these means to liberation. So I'm talking 6 things. That's what Kripaludev said. I'm giving you 6 things. And in each thing that he's talking, he's giving hidden message. Kripaludev had an extreme amount of intellect. And he gave the hidden message that when I say soul is there, what does he say? Soul is there. That means those philosophies, they don't believe into the soul substance at all. It refutes that theory. So that darshan, there is one philosophy, they don't believe in anything. They just say, eat, drink, and be happy. There is no soul, no nothing to worry about. So that refutes that philosophy. Second philosophy, soul is eternal. When it's a soul is eternal, Kripaludev didn't say anything. He gave the hidden message that anybody who believes that soul is transient, then we are refuting that philosophy. That soul is transient. Like Buddhist philosophy believes the soul is transient. So without mentioning, it refutes that philosophy, means that darshan. Shatadarshan Pante means a 6 darshan, 6 types of philosophy, 6 types of darshan he is mentioned. So darshan word is used there also. So we have to know exactly where that particular word is used, in what context it's been used, and we have to take that kind of thing. So over here, knowledge and perception, Gnan and Darshan, they both are together, and that is called consciousness, or it's called Chaitanya. This Chaitanya word you must have heard a lots of time. Chetana, Chaitanya, all those words, they mean the same, means consciousness. And this consciousness, two things, perception and knowledge. And we'll be coming to that one later on in the slides, Now, there is one more thing it says. This one is from Panchastikai, stanza number 30. And we are doing Panchastikai Gujarati version also on Thursday evening. And this stanza we already have done. What it says, one is that it will be living with his four vitalities. These vitalities are senses, duration of life, strength, and breathing. It's the same as what we talked in the previous slide. Senses, we took 5 senses. Strength, mind, speech, and action. Duration of life means ayu and breathing. So 5 plus 1 6 plus 3 9 plus 1 10, which is there in me as a 5-sense human being. If I'm only 1 sense life, I'm a bacterium right now, then I have only 1 sense, touch sensation. I still have duration life, which is very short life. My strength is man, vachan, kaya, mind, speech, and action. Bacteria cannot speak because it's 1 sense, it has no tongue and everything. So it has no speaking and it has no mind. So it has only physical body. So there is one more. And then breathing. Breathing means the way it is living. So he has only 4 vitalities. I am the 5-sense sentient being, means I have 5 senses. Sorry. I have 5 senses and I have all mind, speech, and action present. So 3 plus 1 is 5 plus 3 is 8 plus 9 plus 10. So I have 10 vitalities. So different scriptures, they are telling us that we have the vitalities that we are living, but those vitalities are the conventional point of view. The real vitality is a consciousness within me. So that's what the second way we are just proving that one. Now, soul, which is called, this is one more, Purushat Siddhi Upay, there's another scripture, and it says, soul, which is called Purush over here, is with consciousness. Remember, it's a consciousness that we just say about. I have a consciousness, absolute point of view, I have consciousness. He is with attributes and modes of its own, and is with origination, cessation, constancy. We won't pay much attention to this one because later on when it comes, we'll be talking a lot more thing about it. This is called origination, cessation, constancy. Mode is originating. Modification gets origination. Modification ends up ceasing. And then the eternal soul substance constancy. So that will be coming later on. We won't spend much time over here because we have a lot more other to go, lot more things to go. So soul is with consciousness. And he also has attributes and modes. Soul is devoid of touch, taste, smell, color, etc. Matters attributes. So this is a matter. This is the pen. This is a matter. This matter is non-living. And only the way I know the non-living matter, because they have certain attributes. Let's take a mango. A mango has a ripe mango. How do I say it's a ripe mango? Because it has a gold color. So color came over here, color, one attribute. Then it smells sweet. It's a sweet smell. When I cut and eat, it is a very, very sweet, sour taste of this mango, the unique taste of mango taste. And touch, when I'm feeling that mango, it's soft to touch. So these are the matter's attribute. And so soul is devoid of all those things. Soul doesn't have these attributes. So these attributes are the presence in the matter only. But if I'm the soul, I have a consciousness, I have formlessness, and I have attributes and modes. So another way we are proving over here that it is saying that consciousness is there, and that is from absolute point of view. So that's a Purusharth Siddhi Upay, stanza number 9. It says that way. Then we are saying one more thing. And this is the thing, Samasa stanza 49. This is my favorite stanza. And it has a tons and tons and tons of material in that stanza. We are just not going to go for all those things, because if we start talking there, it is going to take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 classes, you know. And this stanza is so important that Kunkun Acharya, he wrote down in Samaysar, he wrote down in Pravachansar, he wrote down in Niyamsar, and in all the scripture, he mentioned this stanza. What does it say? It says, know that the soul is without taste, form, sound, and shape. He is without any perceptibility. He is without any perceptibility with the senses. He cannot be realized by any external marks or symbols. He is characterized by consciousness as its attribute. Oh, the last line is important for our understanding, that even Samasa stanza 49 plus all other scriptures that Kunkun Swami wrote down 2000 years back, he said that the soul is characterized by consciousness, and it is without taste, form, sound, shape. Means these are the attributes of the matter. So it is without those attributes, and it is characterized by consciousness as its most important attribute. So this is the way the Samasa stanza number 49 has mentioned. Why we are going through this thing? Because various places, what is the soul? How is the soul defined? And so different acharyas, different scripture, they take different forms, but ultimately telling the same thing. Then, this is the last one I think coming. This is the Che Dhala. Che Dhala, as we said, I think in our Patshala, we are taking that Che Dhala classes. And in that one, in the second chapter, and stanza number 2, later part, and first part of the stanza number 3, it says something. Chetana ko hai upayog roop bin murat chinamurat anup pudgala nabha dharma adharma kala inse nyari hai jivacha. What it says? Soul is knowledge, soul is with knowledge and perception attributes. That means soul is with consciousness. Soul is a property of knowing and perceiving. Okay, we know that part. It's with consciousness and is formless because it has no form. It cannot be compared with anything else in the universe because soul is unique with consciousness. Nothing can be compared with the soul. Well, let's see that, I have a $10 in my pocket and you have $100 in your pocket. Then you have 10 times more money than me. That can be compared. But soul, I'm the eternal soul with a consciousness element and no other substances, matter, medium of space, medium of motion, matter, medium of motion, medium of race, space and time. Nobody has consciousness element. So I cannot compare with anything else. There's nothing to compare. So soul cannot be compared with anything else. Matter, medium of motion, medium of race, space and time substances are entirely different from the living substance. Again, it keeps on hitting with a nail on our side, saying that soul has a consciousness, soul has a consciousness, soul is with knowledge and perception. That's all it is trying to tell us from different angles. That what is this soul made up of? Soul is made up of consciousness element. That's what we have to understand that part. So now we are going to go quickly something, and then I think we may not have time to discuss because our time is already up. But attentive consciousness is the characteristics of the soul. This is the another way of looking at it. Remember, what did we say first? Consciousness is the attribute present in the soul substance, and that is a characteristics of the soul. Now here something else is coming up. Attentive consciousness is the characteristic of the soul. Now, so are you telling something different over here? No, Acharya Bhagavan says, I'm telling you same thing that what we talked in the previous slide. What did we say? Soul is with consciousness element. Soul is with consciousness attribute within. Soul is with knowledge and perception attributes within. We are using word attribute. Each and every attribute will have its own modification every moment. Every samay, there will be one modification. As we say, I'm sitting on the beach. Ocean is there, which is there since ages, since long time. And I'm seeing those waves, they come and break, The small one came, bigger one came, medium one came. All different types of waves are coming and breaking. So they are coming, origination, breaking means cessation. So the wave gets originated, wave gets disintegrated, but the ocean remains constant. So here also, attributes and soul substance, the attributes are infinite. So one side is attribute infinite, and other and the soul which encompasses all these attributes within its own sphere. So soul substance is inert, attributes are inert, and these attributes, they keep on having modification every moment. Modification. So knowledge attribute has a modification, perception attribute has a modification, and the modification of knowledge and perception attributes, modification occurring every moment on knowledge and perception, both the attributes which are inert, both the attributes means knowledge and perception combined together, they are called consciousness element. This knowledge and perception, both attributes, they have their own modification continuously, and that is called attentive consciousness. That is called upyog. Upyog means attentive consciousness. Upayoga, upyog, upyog means attentive consciousness, means a given modification of knowledge attribute and perception attribute. That is called attentive consciousness. What is this attentive consciousness about? These characteristics without any. So this the consciousness.
Kirit uncle.
Yeah.
That purple screen, I cannot see any words in there.
No, it's coming. It's coming now.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Then it's fine.
So this attentive consciousness that we are talking about. What is attentive consciousness? Remember, that's a paryay. That's a modification. From which attribute they are modification? They are the modification from knowledge attribute and perception attribute. And knowledge and perception attribute combined together is called consciousness. So this consciousness attribute means knowledge and perception attribute. They both have their own modifications, and that is called attentive consciousness, means modification, means mode, upyog. So that upyog is ativyapti dos, means a particular characteristic remaining present only in a part of the object. Avyapti dosh, non-inclusion. Too narrow, non-comprehensive fault characteristics seen in the given object as well as other objects too. And asambhav dosh means improbable fault, means characteristic cannot be found in a particular object. Now, we are not going to discuss today. We are just giving what we'll be talking next week. That any particular thing we talked about, anything that we say that this is the soul, consciousness, that means soul. Touch, taste, and smell, and color, and everything, that means it's a matter. Same thing, the characteristics of medium of motion, medium of rest, space, and time, they have their own characteristics. And I don't want to get these characteristics of soul get mixed up with the characteristics of the matter. So if I'm soul, that means consciousness element. Consciousness element means soul, means it cannot be found anywhere else, number one. And it will be found in this substance that we are talking about. If the souls are infinite in number, then all those infinite souls will have a consciousness element. And all the matter particles which are infinite times infinite, they will not have consciousness element. Medium of motion, medium of rest, space, and time will not have consciousness element. And that's why that is called a specific attribute of a given substance. We'll be talking a lot more about next one because it's very interesting, and it will make sense when we start talking deeper, when we go deeper and deeper into this concept. Any questions so far? And before any questions, I'm really, really sorry for the massacre today. But again, it's a technology. We live with that, and we can't just blame everything to them. It didn't work. It was supposed to be short class today. That's it. Okay. Any questions?
First slide, if you go, you mention about the 5 characteristics of the soul, and then in the second one you mentioned that you added speech and
over here you're talking in your beginning slide. No, but today's slides.
No.
Okay, furthermore.
Yes. Past.
This one before that. Okay, this one.
Yeah, this one.
Okay.
5 senses.
Okay.
And then again, in the strength you have added mind, speech, and body.
Yeah.
Does it not become a part of the 5 senses actually?
5 senses is touch.
Yes.
Touch.
Yeah.
Taste, smell, seeing, and hearing.
Okay.
There's no mind. Mind is separate. Mind will be coming, but it will be with the strength. Mind, speech, and body.
Okay. Okay, got it.
Right?
Yes.
So basically, us as a 5 sense human being, that means we are sentient human being, means we have 5 sense with the mind. So somebody also will say, mind is also one of the sense, but it's an internal sense, So 5 senses are our external senses, and mind is internal sense. Okay? Okay. So we'll meet next time, and we'll just go through this this slide. Okay, slide number 10. We'll go in more detail. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. We'll just do the closing. Javani ke gyan se suje lokalo sovani mastaka namo sada deta hu do. 9 times the Mukha mantra. Namo Rintana, Namo Siddhan, Namo Namo Sam, Namo Sosanam. Namo Rintana, Namo Siddhan, Namo Namo Sam, Namo Sosanam. Namo Rintana, Namo Siddhan, Namo Namo Sam, Namo Sosanam. Namo Rintana, Namo Siddhan, Namo Namo Sam, Namo Sosanam. Namo Rintana, Namo Siddhan, Namo Namo Sam, Namo Sosanam. Namo Rintana, Namo Siddhan, Namo Namo Sam, Namo Sosanam. Namo Rintana, Namo Siddhan, Namo Namo Sam, Namo Sosanam. Namo Rintana, Namo Siddhan, Namo Namo Sam, Namo Sosanam. Namo Oriental, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Anand, Namo Sam, Namo Loe, Sarvasanam. Jai Jinendra. Mid-Shine Dukram. Thank you.
See you tomorrow.
Okay. Bye.